Howdy, my name is Dylan Hogg, and I will be covering the Chrysops discalis, or better known as the deer fly.
Okay. My name is Logan Kibitza, and the insect I will be defending today is Tabanus atratus, also commonly known as the horsefly.
So our topic over the debate will be which is the worst biting pest between the deer fly and the horsefly. Deer flies are between a quarter and a third of an inch, which is a bit smaller than the horsefly. The deer fly does have antennae that are longer than the head, which are nearly uniformly slender. The wings are dark bands or patches on a clear background. The life cycle of the deer flies start out as eggs, which tend to be laid on the underside of leaves. Eggs will hatch in 2 to 3 days and move into the larval stage. The larvae usually develop in wet habitats and roughly double in size during this stage. Next, the larvae molt into pupal molt into pupal stage, which is completed in 1 to 3 weeks. Then the pupa is transferred into an adult fly to mate and develop eggs. Some interesting characteristics of the deer fly is that usually only females take blood meals. These blood meals can become troublesome for dairy and beef cattle and can interfere with grazing. Deer flies are attracted to moving objects, and blue seems to be the color that they are most strongly attracted to. They are most active during dawn and dusk and tend to target the head and neck of the prey species. Once a female has located its target, it uses the mouth parts like scissors to cut open a wound. Anticoagulants in the saliva prevent the blood from clotting, and the fly laps up the flowing blood with a sponge-like labrum. A number of parasites can be transmitted throughout the process. I'll switch over to Logan to talk about his.
Tabanus atratus can be found throughout the country, but is primarily located in eastern United States. There are around 100 species of the genus Tabanus in North America. The horsefly is large and black in appearance and is on average 1 inch in length. The eyes are also robust, but differ in males and females. The eyes of the female horsefly are separated by a strip, while the eyes of the male are continuous. The antennae are generally shorter than the head and have a thick base. Horseflies cannot withstand extreme climates and prefer to remain in moist environments. Development occurs over 4 stages: the egg, larva, pupa, and adult, also known as holometabolous metamorphosis. The larvae go through an average of 9 instars before emerging as adults, which can take up to 3 years to complete. Mating occurs soon after the adults emerge from the pupa stage. Female horseflies will then continue on to search for a blood meal, and the males, which lack mandibles, will feed on nectar. After blood feeding, the female will lay a clutch of 100 to 1,000 eggs close to water suitable for larvae to grow and develop. 3 to 4 clutches of eggs will be laid per year. Horseflies are most active during the day and are relentless feeders. Slight changes in the weather, though, can cause a dispersal of the flies. Horseflies can also be found around light sources as they are attracted to light. Horseflies do not bite humans often, but when they do, it is very painful. Their bites are known to transmit both bacterial and viral diseases such as anthrax and trypanosomes. Also, all larvae species are predaceous and will feed on soft-bodied animals such as other larvae and worms. They can often be found resting on pathways commonly used by mammals waiting to feed.
So I believe that the deer fly can be a more troublesome pest for the humans versus horseflies because they prefer a moving target. Deer flies also prefer the head as a target, which is typically a location that is more exposed, making it an easy access point for the deer flies. These bites can be very painful, and humans have the potential to have an allergic reaction to the salivary secretions released by the insect as they feed. Secondary infections may also occur if the bites are scratched continuously. Another attraction for deer flies is shiny blue objects, which swimming pools can be a prime target. This is another example of where deer flies have the clear advantage since they prefer the head to feed whereas the horseflies would prefer a body part that is not as easily accessible from a human prey.
The female horsefly is the main cause of concern when it comes to biting and inflicting damage to mammals. The female is equipped with a pair of blade-like mouthparts called mandibles. To feed, the female will slice the tissue and blood vessels open, causing blood to flow and pull at the wound. Then the female will use her sponge-like proboscis to soak up the blood. Though humans are not often on the menu for the horsefly, bites do occasionally occur. When bitten by a horsefly, the pain is immediately noted due to the large deep cuts the fly makes. In general, these bites are harmless, besides the pain to humans, and do not generally pose a severe risk. Bites are often occur when the target is still and generally feed on the arms and legs. With that said, after being bit, you should thoroughly clean and disinfect the area due to the unsanitary conditions these flies can often be found in. There is little that can be done in preventing horsefly bites to humans besides setting up fly traps and occasionally pesticides.
So the deer fly can also be very troublesome to livestock because they can reduce milk production in dairy cows by 20 to 30%. That can cause up to 100 pounds of weight loss in cattle. This can affect the human society by taking away products like milk and meat from the grocery store shelves. There's also a higher chance for livestock to contract diseases and parasites when repeatedly bitten by the deer fly. These diseases are highly associated with lowlands and poorly drained areas, which are locations where the deer fly thrive.
As to no surprise, the horse is one of the primary victims of the horsefly. One of the main diseases associated with horseflies and equids is equine infectious anemia. This viral disease is mechanically transmitted from the body of the fly to the horse when the disease makes contact with the open wound during feeding. Depending on the strain of the disease, death occurs quickly or is prolonged due to complications. Cattle are also big targets for the horsefly. Anaplasmosis is prevalent in eastern and southeastern United States and is deadly to cattle. This disease causes anemia, fever, and weight loss with an overall mortality rate of around 50%, a huge economic loss to farmers and ranchers.
So overall, the deer fly has roughly a year life cycle and can be tricky to control. The natural predators are not effective control agents, and chemical control of deer flies can be difficult. Since deer flies prefer a moving target and the head as a location to bite, it seems clear that humans are a target. This combination should give scientists a reason to research to find a control that is more applicable to this biting pest before it causes any more impacts on the human society.
Horseflies are large and inflict damage, leading to scarring, disease, and occasionally death in the case of livestock. While humans are not generally on the target list, these flies still directly affect humans through our livestock. Livestock are the prime target due to them being slow-moving with legs that are hard to protect from flies. While fly repellent can be applied directly to the animal, it is often expensive and ineffective as soon as the animal becomes wet and washes the repellent away. These flies are very important to the study as they directly affect our food source. Sick animals are not able to be as productive as healthy ones, therefore ultimately decreasing both quality and quantity in terms of animal products, which in return raises prices for everyone. Horseflies are key in the everyday activities of humans and their animal cohorts.